Meta AI is the personal AI that's tailored to you, now with its very own app. It's built to get to know you, offering helpful answers and inspiration. Looking for something to add to your bucket list? Meta AI goes beyond traveling the world. It remembers you're a basketball fanatic and suggests you attend one of the playoff games. Just start typing or speaking to get the answers you need, wherever and whenever, because Meta AI is your personal AI. Download the Meta AI app, now available on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
The following is a Red Apple Podcast Network presentation.
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it.
Welcome to Dominic Carter's podcast. This is Dominic Carter's City Hall. Now, here's Dominic Carter.
Red Apple Podcast, Talk Radio 77 WABC. You can listen to me, Dominic Carter, Sundays 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., weeknights at midnight. A mother's broken heart. Even with her tremendous pain, she strongly believes in backing the blue. Why? The blue backs us. At the recent day-long WABC radio event honoring the tremendous work of the men and women of law enforcement, that mother spoke. A small, unassuming woman with a powerful message of strongly backing the police. The unspeakable happened to her. She lost her 17-year-old son, who was a basketball star, gunned down, the victim of a stray bullet. He had just graduated from James Monroe High School and planned on attending St. John's University, hoping to play basketball there. She says, "Our kids are getting killed every day." That, so to speak, it's like someone wants to get rid of the black population. Let's call it for what it is. Black on black crime. This is my podcast. Let's go.
And you get that knock on the door, and the doctor look at you and tell you, "I'm sorry, I tried my best, but I could not save your child." How much more mothers, how much more families have to hear those words before anyone do anything to change the way gun violence is? How, it is ripping us apart. It's like nobody cares. But I know who cares. The officers, the police officers. I know they care.
The woman you just heard, her name is Eve Hendricks. No parent should ever have to bury their child. Eve Hendricks says her now deceased 17-year-old son, Brandon, didn't even know his alleged killer. That her son did not live the street life, but going to a barbecue can change your entire world. Her son attended a friend's summer barbecue on a Sunday in the South Bronx in 2020 and was shot allegedly by a 22-year-old stranger who fired into a group and was arrested a week later. Now, 3 years after that, the alleged killer of her son, Brandon, is still at Rikers awaiting trial. At the 77 WABC Back the Blue event, Eve Hendricks attended. It was a sea of blue. Police officers that played the bagpipes were on hand. Some officers in dress blues. Police dogs there. Police officers on department motorcycles. But also numerous widows, women that have lost their law enforcement husbands in the line of duty, all with compelling life stories. Eve Hendricks was one of the women who spoke, who lost her son to senseless gun violence. I want you to hear her words, her story, her pain.
The first thing I'm going to say, we should all stop talking about defunding. Defunding, defunding, defunding. The same ones that everyone wants to defund is the one protecting our community. The same ones that everyone wants to defund is the same one you have protecting you on your campaign. So let's stop talking about defund. Let's talk about how can we as a community, how can we as humans put an end to gun violence? How can we save our children and their children and children after? How can we make our communities better? And thus finding a way to get illegal guns off the streets. And remember, every illegal guns were once legal. Every illegal guns once was legal guns. So how these guns get in the hands of these thugs, these minors, these criminal mind people, the ones that took my son's life, the one that is dragging me in court for 3 years as if I am on trial, the one getting away with delaying a trial because of the way the system is operated. We have to do better. We need to come together more. We need to get in touch with people that are not here, people like the mayor, people like the governor, people like the commissioner. We need to ask them why are our children keep dying? Why? Why there's no law to protect the victims? It could be any one of us. Just imagine your child laying there cold, stiff, in a bag. Just imagine your child laying there in a coffin. What would you do? You would cry. It's time to end gun violence. It's time to protect our community. It's time to change our children's way of thinking. We need more activities for these communities, for these children. We need a better way to attach the way things are going, because there are no changes and the numbers are going up every day. Babies, teenagers, elders, everybody's being shot. None of us are safe. So yes, we need to go out and vote. We put these people in. We put them in, so it's on us to take them out. If you're not doing your job, you need to be put out. We need people that cares about our community. We need people that care about our children. We need people that care about lives. We need people that are on the same team as our men in blue. Because as far as I can see, they're on their own. And we need them. I miss my son. I have sleepless nights. I hurt. I feel pain. It's not ending. Every day a mother suffers for the loss of her child, for her baby that will never return home, that look at you and say, "Ma, I will see you later." And you get that knock on the door. And the doctor look at you and tell you, "I'm sorry, I tried my best, but I could not save your child." How much more mothers, how much more families have to hear those words before anyone do anything to change the way gun violence is? How, it is ripping us apart. It's like nobody cared. But I know who cares. The officers, the police officers, I know they care because they're always there for me. They're always there for other families. When I go to court, they're there. They ask, how are you doing? They do not leave you. But yet they are the one that we want to defund. Someone once said, if someone is breaking in your house, who would you call? A crackhead? I don't think so. So thank you. I really appreciate you, because I know if on that day, June 29, 2020, an officer was in the field, my son may be alive, but there weren't any. And this is a problem. We need more police officers out there in the community. We don't need to subtract, we need to add. And we need to also remember they need to go home to their families. In their uniform, they're an officer because it's their job. Out of their uniform, their husband, their fathers, their brothers, their sisters, their friend. But being said that, we need to remind the governor, the mayor, that they promise to protect us. They promise to protect our children if we elect them. And we did because we believed in them. But they are showing us that they do not care. They do not care if your child gets shot in the neck 3 times, 5 times. They do not care if on the street you are walking and someone just keeps shooting. They do not care because it's not happening to them. And until it happened to them, then they may stop and say, damn it, enough is enough. But we don't want that. We're tired of these bloody streets. We're tired of these nightmares. We're tired of wondering if my child, my husband, if I am going to make it back home safely. We need people who will care and protect us. So let's vote wisely. And before I go, I would like to say something. And this is just me. I listen, and I listen well. And I say to myself, the same energy that these politicians has to put, let's say, Donald Trump in prison. Why can't they find that same energy to find a way to get guns out of the hands of criminals, to get guns out of the hands of minors, to keep our streets safe? Why? Why? We know why. But why? Aren't our children important? Aren't we important? It doesn't matter who we are, where we live. We're all people, and we all cry peace, love, and unity. We all cry peace, love, and unity. Life matter. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. Life matter. People matter. My son matter. And I pray to God for him to come home every day. But because of the twining and whining and confusion going on in Congress, in Washington, in Albany, I can't even get that person that killed my son senselessly to get a trial. Enough is enough. It is time to put an end to gun violence. We need to say it loud and clear. Enough is enough. It's time to put an end to gun violence, because all life matters. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting radio-exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
From a mother's broken heart, Eve Hendricks, about her 17-year-old son, Brandon, the victim of gun violence. Her son, who wanted to play basketball for St. John's University, had just graduated from high school. He attended a friend's summer barbecue in the South Bronx in 2020 and was shot allegedly by a 22-year-old stranger who fired into a group and was arrested a week later. Back the blue backs us. As WABC Radio held its Back the Blue Day, I also got the opportunity to moderate a panel with top area law enforcement officials. And the entire event was the idea of the station's owners, Margot and John Catsimatidis. Here is Mr. Catsimatidis as part of the panel discussion. Mrs. Catsimatidis also attended.
I think it's very important that the city council people that want to defund the police, that their districts know about that. I mean, it's almost like saying in your tell the districts that in your district, your city council person almost wants to turn off 911. Who are you going to call if you have a problem? Who are you going to call? You're going to call 911. But if your city council person wants to defund the police, you're going to have less police officers. And it's wrong. But Dominic, you're on. You have a terrific ratings at midnight. You got to tell all your people that listen to you, and I'll tell all the people who listen to me, and Sid will tell all the people who listen to him, and Greg Kelly, Ray Kelly's son, will tell all the people at tell them out there, vote for the people. I don't care if they're Democrats or Republicans. I don't care. But vote for the people that want to support the police, not defund the police.
Also on the Back the Blue panel, besides Mr. Catsimatidis, and you'll hear them now in this order: Nassau County Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder, Paul DiGiacomo, the president of the New York City Detectives Endowment Association, and the chief of the NYPD Transit Bureau, Michael Kemper. Around the country, we're seeing a phenomenon where it's very difficult to get people to join police agencies. Why? Well,
I think Paul said it a minute ago. It's that message that you teach us to hate the police and not respect the police. Your message outside, it's about respect for the men and women in law enforcement. We don't ask for much. We really, truly don't. We go out there and we keep our oath to protect and serve. We lay down our lives for complete strangers. What other profession does that? And
None
when you look
that
at it,
and
they say first responders, the true first responders are the men and women in law enforcement. You know, and this is not a knock to the fire department or any other profession out there, because they're all great. But the first one to the fire is the cop in the middle of the night. The first one to that baby being delivered is the cop. The first one to that shooting, the first one to be shot at is the cop. And so when you talk about first responders, the respect level has gone down. In Nassau County, we're giving a test in January. And the test right now, we had 34,000 people pre-registered to take the test. The test ends in 5 days. You got to sign up in 5 more days. We only have 5,000 that actually signed up. 5,000 for the Nassau County Police Department test. And this is because there's a message out there that is a discord that disrespects the police department. And we got to, again, the greatest job in the world is serving others. It's the most selfish thing you can do because you get that self-gratification. You get that reward. The men and women that go out there and serve are doing a phenomenal job. Greatest police department in the world. We're in that city right now. And we know that, and the size alone speaks for what the job they have to do. But if you go out and you disrespect the job, you disrespect the men and women, that message runs through the entire family of blue. And then next thing you know, people are like, I don't want to be a cop. I don't want no part of that job. Wrong message. The message is serve, protect, be part of that solution.
Just to jump on that, and just think about the challenge or the challenging work that our cops do each and every day. I mean, some of our cops are young, and I'm looking at the police officers that are in this room right now, and just thinking about the cops that work in the NYPD. We ask them to do such a difficult job. They're responding to, this is not a Hollywood movie. This is not a TV show. They are responding as we sit here right now throughout the city. There are cops that are responding to super complex, non-scripted scenarios. Think about that. And they're asked to make split-second decisions that have true impact. And sometimes those decisions that are made have to be made in split seconds as life and death situations. That's just the truth. And then you have groups of people go into the videotape and frame by frame, and they spend months, sometimes years, critiquing what that cop had to do in 2 seconds. But here's my message. My message is these cops, they're exceptional human beings, and they do their job exceptionally. So, that's just a challenge, and that's just the truth about what's going on right now.
I'd like to just bring up one point in regards to policing today. The verbal and physical abuse that these cops are taking on the street is just horrendous. But another entity that really brings down the police department is CCRB. They are over-aggressive. They bring charges against our detectives and our cops, and they've never walked in our shoes. That's my problem. I understand there needs to be some oversight, but when you have a college kid that has no experience in life itself, and they're critiquing cops in riot situations, in shooting situations, and bringing charges and specifications against those cops and those detectives, I think it's an entity that's not productive to the people of the city, and it's not productive to keeping police on this job.
Then came a telling answer from Paul DiGiacomo, again the president of the New York City Detectives Endowment Association, about when I asked him, how do we fix things? His answer, and he's right. For one, parents not teaching their kids to hate police officers. How do we turn this around? How do we get back to the point where police officers are seen for what they are? Absolute American heroes.
Well, by doing things like we did today, Back to Blue is a morale booster for the police department, but we have to get more people in the community involved in policing again. You got to raise the children in these communities to like the police, not hate the police. And that's just a start, because every time a New York City cop goes out there, whether it be for a theft of service, a petty larceny, and he or she takes his handcuffs out to handcuff that individual, they're putting their lives on the line. And I just want to put this in perspective. If you look over the years, for instance, in the Transit Police Department, every cop that was killed, just about every cop that was killed in the Transit Police was killed over a 35-cent fare. Think about that. And they lost their life for a fare beat, right? And now we're letting fare beats, well, not now in the Chief Kemper, but we were letting people jump the turnstile with no consequences. And all those cops died in vain. Until now, we're starting to enforce those laws again. Listen, there are laws on the books, and they have to be followed. If these politicians don't want us to make these arrests, well, take those laws off the books.
And folks, think about this frustration for police. Round and round and around we go. This is the chief of the NYPD Transit Bureau, Michael Kemper.
The consequences, lack of consequences. Just talking about the subway system in New York City, we find ourselves, every day arresting people. And a lot of the people that we're arresting are repeat customers. What am I talking about, repeat customers? There are people that wake up each day and go to work, and their job is to prey on innocent New Yorkers. And we see that. And far too often we find ourselves arresting the same people over and over and over again. I think someone said it before. I think John Catsimatidis said it before. Like, there are just some people that don't deserve to be in a civilized society. And that's unfortunate. And we're not saying everyone deserves jail. That's not what we're saying. But some people do.
Chief of the NYPD Transit Bureau, Michael Kemper, the president of the New York City Detectives Endowment Association, Paul DiGiacomo, and the police commissioner of Nassau County, Patrick Ryder. Support law enforcement. Law enforcement supports you. And that is all the time we have for this episode. Thank you, folks, for joining us. If you are interested in my remarkable book on my life titled No Mama's Boy, or even the Dominic Carter bobblehead doll, go to my website, all one word, DominicCarterOnline.com, DominicCarterOnline.com. If you order the book at my website, rather than Amazon, I can personally sign it for you. You can catch me on 77 WABC weeknights, midnight to 1 a.m. Go check out the Dominic Carter merchandise at the 77 WABC store. From Dominic Carter t-shirts to hats and much more, go to WABCRadiostore.com. Also, follow me on YouTube, where you will see videos from me about this podcast and the radio show, youtube.com/Dominic Carter. We will see you the next time. Dominic Carter, Red Apple Podcast, Talk Radio 77, WABC.
Dominic Carter Socials on Twitter at Dominic TV and Facebook and Instagram. Dominic Carter TV. Email at dominic.carter@wabcradio.com. Until the next episode, be well. And as Dominic always says, stay positive. The glass is always half full, never half empty. Dominic Carter City Hall.